All right, session 2 of 5, Urban Shadows Gauntlet Hangouts. If you're watching this, you probably know what's going on because you saw the little title and maybe the blurb thing. This is the second of 5 sessions we're doing on Sunday morning. This is part of the Gauntlet Hangouts, which is an online gaming community. We have 100 plus games each month, and we also have a Gauntlet Con coming up in late October. For any details on that, you can go and check out gauntlet-rpg.com. We're bringing in a new character into the session. We're going to do some setup with them, and then we're going to kind of position where everybody is. What I do want to have is I want to have the existing 3 characters kind of briefly introduce themselves, give us the elevator pitch on who they are, so that Joe has some context for things from the horse's mouth, as it were. We use the X card for safety tools, so if you see anybody do X carding, that is what is going on here. So I'm going to go the other direction this time. Frazier, can you give us the quick elevator pitch on Hugo Smith?
Yeah, Hugo is I think I said about 150 years old. He gained his wizarding power through like him tampering and messing with things he shouldn't have, which costs him his family, and he believes that his power is rooted in sort of that grief, and basically he's trying to figure out how to go back in time and fix that, but at the same time it's like a confliction for him, because he believes if he does do that, then he'll go back and he'll also not be a wizard anymore. So it's pitch 22 for him. Yeah.
Awesome. I love that. And then Nikoru.
I am playing Nikuru the Vampire. He is a beautiful man of Japanese descent who's been here for a very long time. I thought he was going to be the special snowflake and that he was old, but then it turned out everybody else is like, no, I'm like a few centuries old too. So we're like a geriatric party or coterie. And Nikuru has been here in Baltimore for many years, since the 1800s. He was brought here by his sire, Kagami, and she said, stay here, I'll be back. And she hasn't been back until last session when she was mentioned to be back, but we haven't actually seen her, and he's been dreaming of her and thinking that there's probably something he probably should have been doing, but he didn't. So now that's a stress he's dealing with.
Excellent. I have put a couple of pictures on the images tab of some one or two from last week, and then Kagami.
Those are all broken images for me.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
Same for me. They all just have that little slash through the image.
That's so weird because I uploaded those to it. I don't know why that would be the case.
Did you do it from Pinterest? Because there's a certain way you have to do Pinterest.
No, I uploaded it from my computer.
Weird.
I wonder if there's a way for me to refresh it. It's weird that it's showing up on mine as fine. I will try and figure that out a little bit later then. We'll get that set. And I apologize for that flow break. But let's hear from the youngest member of the coterie, Salome.
Salome is somewhere between the ages of 20 and 3,000, probably. No, I'm kidding. They're like probably like 20, maybe like 27. You know, respectable young adult, still hasn't figured out life, but is well on the road. They're Faye, who is cast out of the Winter Court from DC, so they're in Baltimore, kind of hiding out, but mostly trying to figure out a way to like con and connive their way back into the court. Right now, they're working as like a lounge singer in this like cabaret, and for some reason, because Hugo basically fucked me over, I'm like very involved in his affairs.
Yes, you got sucked into that. But it's okay. You'll be fine. I don't think you were at all injured or really affected by last session's horrific events, were you?
No, I sold everyone out basically.
There you go. That's how it should work. Which brings us to Joe. Joe, can you give us the quick pitch on your character, and then we'll walk through those introduction questions.
Sure. I'm playing Camilla Vox. Let me look at the questions that I filled out. She's like she's the Oracle, but like in her actual profession, she does that. She does like the cheap sideshow fortune teller thing, and like in a crappy apartment to make ends meet while also bartending, because you're not going to make enough money in Baltimore just doing fortune telling. Any like questions you have? She's also 27, so yay young, I guess.
Tell me, what does it mean to be an oracle? What do you imagine
it
that's
sucks.
like?
It really sucks, because like you get the visions, but it's like you're experiencing the visions, sort of like Nightmare on Elm Street style. Luckily, I haven't died yet in a vision. Like it's mostly just I wake up and like just like the cold sweat, but otherwise like sometimes you'll like see like, you know, physical reminders of like shit that you went through.
And have you always been able to do this? Is it a relatively new thing?
It runs in the family basically. So like my mother did it, and like her father did it, had to deal with it, and like I basically like, and they were like trying to like help me, and like all right, like, but like I'm new to Baltimore. I moved here when I was 23, like from out west, and like they were like trying to help me understand better, and probably like they were like more higher up in Los Angeles, like they were like more involved with the stuff, and I'm like, I don't want any of this. I'm going off on my own. Shit. And then like I just can't deal with it on my own, really.
Do you have a sense of where these visions come from? Is it psychic? Is it supernatural? Is it a curse? What do you imagine that is?
Oh, I mean, I feel like it's a curse, like, but I don't know, because parents talk and I don't listen, or I didn't listen. Like my mother's like, it's a blessing. I'm like, is it?
So what was it like growing up around parents that could do that?
It was, at first it was kind of scary. Like it was like, what's wrong with mom? Why? And then eventually like you get the talk, and like, and when you're younger you don't quite understand it, and then when you finally experience it, you're like, oh shit, this is terrible. And like, is there any way to stop this, or?
And what do you do? I mean, one of the questions on the setup is what do you do to cope with it?
Oh, I basically do like the Jessica Jones thing, where it's mostly like drown myself in numbness and or pleasure, like anything to like avoid feeling the pain and reliving the memories.
And what do you desperately need?
I thought I had that written down. I don't know. Like I would desperately love a way to no longer deal with this, but just like finding somebody that can help me deal with it, or like that understands this, or like can help me like get through this. That'd be pretty great. Oh yeah. Release, escape, and someone that like I can like that can help me cope on a regular basis.
So I noticed you chose the double life for one of your moves, which means that you have sort of 1 foot in the power faction, which includes the wizards, the oracles, and the hallowed and the immortal are amongst that. So people that are ostensibly human but have these powers. But you also have another foot in the mortality faction, which means that normal people who are aware of the situation, hunters, that kind of scholars of this, that kind of thing. So where do you feel your allegiance lies?
I think I'm sort of torn down the middle, because like people need help, and yeah, sure, the power, like the people of power, like like I'm tied to them, but like I remember when I didn't have power, but like I was aware of it, and it's like these people need help, and so like I'm gonna like try to like play both sides, and like for like a balancing act, and like just make sure nobody's like about to overtake the other and just swallow them whole.
Let me ask you this then: amongst sort of the mortal side of that, where do you think your contacts are? Are they among the supernatural hunters? Are they among people who just kind of know about the supernatural underworld? Are they among people who are studying this? Where do you imagine that is?
It's more about the people that just are aware of the supernatural world. I'm less inclined to help the hunters unless like I really get like a straight up vision about their impending death and like all right, well, I don't like that happening.
Are there other oracles in Baltimore?
Oh yeah. In Baltimore, yeah, sure.
Okay.
They've probably been here longer than me, so like they've got more. They're higher up on the food chain, I guess.
Okay. Do you mention that they're the people that amongst the power faction? Is that your sort of key in on that side of things?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look at your. I want to ask you one other question. You have a power that conduit, which we had asked about on the thing, and it allows you to let the other players let it out essentially with it, advance that so they can do the extra power on that. What is that? What does that look like?
Honestly, I just think like I'm way more powerful than I ever like realized, and that I even imagined. Like I didn't expect this to be my life, and then I definitely didn't expect to like have even more energy flowing through me than I thought possible. So like it's just something I don't really understand.
Do you think that that's a surprise to the other oracles and things that you've got this weird extra power?
Oh, I'm sure. Because like I'm just like some little nobody running a rinky-dink fortune-telling shop where they're all like, "How dare you?"
And do you mention that you said the fortune-telling shop is like out of your apartment kind of thing?
Yeah, it's like it's like the front entryway is the business crappy business room type thing.
Okay, I like that. Well, let's look at your debt questions, which we can find there on that Creation 1 tab. So let's have you work through those and put them out there for the others.
God damn it. All right. Someone helps you understand your dreams and visions. Where did the thing go? Oh, God.
Anybody want to grab that, or do you have any idea about who you think it might be better for, if it's the vampire or the fae or the wizard?
So I just throwing this out. This is like a tangential answer, probably not the way that it's intended, but we've kind of established that Hugo seeks Nikru out because Nikru can kind of eat his memories. So yeah, if that's a thing that you want to deal with, that's cool. It doesn't really help you with any of your powers at all. It maybe helps you with the downside, but yeah, probably not that debt that you're thinking of there.
Are you good with that, Camilla?
Sure. And that's Nikaru.
Yeah. By the way, just gave 2 deaths to the vampire. So we'll move on from there.
What? What? No, I'm a good guy.
Ish. No. Next one.
All right. You've had a dire prophecy about someone, but you don't know how to help them yet. You owe them a debt.
I did just get a demon book.
Yeah, that seems appropriate that you might have seen something about Hugo Smith, our wizard.
Yeah. I feel like nothing good will come from this book. So.
All right. Let me get back to the tab. There's just so much stuff working with.
Yeah, these are a dense set of spreadsheets, but they are very well done. Not my work.
And finally, you are helping someone realize their true potential through your visions. They owe you a debt.
Could be one of the previous ones, or it could be Salome.
I can see it for Salome if we want to spread them out even. Trying to realize my true potential. I think generally I would just want to like get more control over like my Fae business and become even better. Something.
I like that. I like that. Does that work for you?
Yeah, it works great.
Okay.
The young people helping each other out.
It's true. we gotta fight the big companies.
So let me recap where we are from last time, and then I want to check in and see if there's anything anybody wants to set on the table or so on. We can look at start a session moves. So last time the group got word through various channels that Kagami, your sire, and their Nikoru and Sato's intended target that was looking for a book, and the group, for various means and debts paid off and all of that, decided to go look for it, headed down into the lower levels of the Johns Hopkins University library to get to the sort of secret area in the vault, and then somebody set the library on fire. They were able to get into the vault and get the book, but the book turned out to be sort of already taken, and there was a note there, clearly from Kagami. But Hugo made the best of a bad situation and found another book for himself, which is quite lovely. Our vampire Nikoru made his way up and confronted the people who'd set the fire, which turned out to be a group of Yakuza hunters, or hunters that happened to be Yakuza, that had come up from New York, brought their crew up here, and were hunting Sato, the demon. They offered to let Nikoru and the others go, clearly knew who you were, and both Salome and Nikoru took them up on that. Hugo, however, acted in the interests of Sato and attempted to aid them, and probably made a little bit of an enemy there in the course of that. The hunters do believe that they've killed Sato because essentially they cut him down and dropped him down a burning elevator shaft, and he used his power to escape from that. So they're at least off your tail at this point. Nikoru was able to confirm that the note was from his sire, and that was the sort of the short incident that we had last time. And the group were able to kind of pool their resources. Anything I missed on that, detail-wise? Okay. Let me do a check-in. Fraser, Rich, Darren, out of the game meta, is there anything that you're like, okay, I definitely want to see this on the table, or definitely don't want to see this on the table this session? I just want to do a quick check-in. Or are you just like, let's see what happens?
Yeah, just finding out something about the book.
Okay.
I think is the only thing I have on my agenda.
All right. And what about you, Rich?
I think I'm good. I think I'm
Okay.
good with where we're at. Maybe less guys with guns run into rooms, but otherwise good.
Okay. All right. I did update those images. I don't know if they're still showing up as X's for you, or if they finally. What the what?
I see. I've always seen 3 images.
Right.
Should there be more?
You can see 3 images?
Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce the first one's name, but he's got a cool goatee. And there's Kagami and Ariva with makeup.
Oh, you know what? I just did a full refresh and it came up this time, so now I can see them.
But like I also saw them when I first opened this like a week ago.
Weird.
So
Weird. I don't understand, but we'll figure that out. We'll get that
It's up
set.
now, so
using
fixed.
Chrome? I don't know.
Let's start with Salome. Let me do this question for you. So here's the beginning of session move. At the beginning of every session, announce which character your character trusts the least.
I think it's Camilla, actually.
Okay. So that player can then highlight one of your unmarked factions, knight or power in this case.
Let's go with power.
Okay. So here's the good news, Salome, is you get to mark power now. Tell me a rumor or a conflict you've heard about going on the power side of things.
I'm trying to powers like Oracle, Wizard.
Wizard, Hallowed, and Immortal.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I want to keep it tied in with the book, but I think like probably everyone has heard about the Johns Hopkins fire. But I think
a huge resource that's been secured away. Nobody has gone after it because there's kind of been a delicate balance of power. Okay.
But of course, like that's probably all the news and what people are talking about. But I think in power, specifically what they're talking about are the like those losses of resources. Like probably everybody has their eye on something, or like each member in power has something that they're like particularly interested in, right? So there's probably a lot of interest in this strange, possibly demonic book. And I think it's I think you can see it in like the art and antique scene, where that's like a front for a lot of the movement of these like artifacts.
Okay.
I think I'm like stalling to make up a conflict, basically. But
No, I think we've got the conflict. I think we've got that people want this book amongst the different power factions here, the sort of the rogue mages and stuff, and the others. So why don't you roll with power, your power faction?
Yeah, power is +1. Yes. Taking the yellow dice. Reroll. Oh my god, I got a 3.
Well, the good news is in this system, you don't get to mark XP when you do that. So you have heard that another one of the wizards that you've crossed, a guy named Shiloh, doesn't have the full details, but is looking for the book and has gotten your name. And Shiloh is not a good dude, and has quite a bit of power. And you have the sense that like he's going to be coming for you to get the info about where this book is, and is probably not going to ask nicely first. Does that seem fair?
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's come to Hugo. You're the other person I'm going to do this start a session move this time. Hugo, who is the PC that you trust least?
Ooh, the least?
The least.
Well, let's see. I could answer that in a multitude of ways, because it could be Salome because I owe them too many debts, right? But it could be Nikaru because they consume my memories as well. So
They also left your ass there in the building.
Oh yeah. That's true. Well, they both left though.
Yeah.
Technically true, but I did set it up for you to be able to vamoose. You decided to stay.
That's true. Yeah.
All you do is hose Sato.
Yeah. I think because of the arrangement with them consuming my memories, it makes more sense to just trust Salome more, especially since I owe them so much
Okay.
stuff.
So Darren, why don't you pick one of Hugo's unmarked factions?
Well, I'm of course picking wild.
Okay. The good news is, Hugo, you get to mark wild now. Wild includes the Fae, the Tainted, Revenants, Vessels, and Dragons. So why don't you tell me something that you've heard about regarding the Wild, a rumor or conflict you've heard about them? What do you think, Fraser?
I think maybe I've heard that the dragons. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's kind of stupid. But my first thought was that they had some of their hatchlings were somewhere in John Hopkins when it went up.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've learned two things. A, there are more than one dragon. And B,
It's a couple. Don't you understand the dragons and the bees?
and that some of the hatchlings were secured there in that place when it went up. So now here's the good news is you can take advantage of that then, Hugo, if you roll well. You get to roll with wild.
Time to get wild. Okay, wild. I have 0 in that. Okay. I will be red dice. 9.
So that's a 9. You owe someone in that faction a debt.
Of course I do.
Or someone in that faction owes a debt to you.
Oh, or okay. Well, I would like 1 debt, please.
Okay. From who? Is it another Fae? Is it one of these dragons? Is it something else?
Yeah, maybe it's one of these dragons.
Okay. Do you think it's the one that their hatchlings got burnt up in your farce, or is it the other one?
Yeah, I think it is the dragon for which the hatchlings got burnt up. Yes.
Okay. Then let's see. Give you a name here. So the dragon's name is Unjung-ri. Put that in the chat there. And they owe you a debt. Why do they owe you a debt?
Maybe it's because I told them that I'd like it to be maybe. Well, does it need to be stemming from this initial situation?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say maybe it's because I told them that it was like arson or something, right? Like foul play was afoot or something by the other faction, the people that tried to murder me. Yeah, the Yakuza. Yeah.
Well, I think that's something we'd have to play out. So
Okay.
I think we need a previously existing.
And they owe me because maybe. Oh, they're from a different faction, so maybe I was the one that placed the hatchlings there and hid them.
And you knew about that, and yet you let it burn.
Okay, maybe not.
I'm cool with that. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, that seems like it wouldn't have slipped my mind at the time, perhaps. What did I do? Oh, maybe I'm keeping something for them at the shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of thing is it?
I don't know much about the dragon playbook, but maybe something that is important to them that they
Okay.
need hidden away. I'm stashing it for them because maybe they left town, but probably they're coming back because their hatchlings got burned up.
Yeah. So dragons tend to be territorial.
Okay.
The dragons themselves don't get along. There are a couple of them here in Baltimore. They tend to have a horde of things they sit on. And this one, Ung Jung Ri, had to leave and essentially left behind a weapon, essentially a dragon slaying blade with you that it did not want to carry around. But you know that she is on her way back.
Yeah.
Now that news of this has gotten out.
Yeah. When she comes back.
Whoop, lost Fraser there. Oh, there you go. I missed the last part of that.
Oh, I said when she comes back, she'll be like, "Where's that Mazurine blade at?"
Exactly. So with those two things on the table in mind, Rich, can I ask you to frame a scene with Camilla?
I have a quick question.
Yes, absolutely.
One, I have a start a session move.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You do. Let's revolve all that.
Should I have any factions marked? I don't know what that means.
Oh, so what it is during play.
Okay.
When you interact with the factions in a significant way, involving getting or paying off debts, then you can mark faction.
Okay, cool. But yeah, let's do my start a session move.
All right,
I didn't know if that was happened in.
We're giving Rich a couple minutes to think of something. That's a good part.
All right, roll with spirit. Spirit is +2. So how do I do this with this?
So with the roller, what you'll do is you put like 2 in the D6 box, hit submit.
All right. Modifier 2. Where's this submit? Oh, there. It's the red one. I'm guessing.
Holy cow!
I'm guessing that was the boxcars.
Yeah, that's the boxcars there. Now, when you want to re-roll those dice, you'll select them both, and then you'll click re-roll selected.
Huh.
So yeah, tell us about what that does. That give you like 2 or 3 hold?
It gives me 2 hold. I
2
think.
hold. Okay.
Beginning session, roll spirit on a 10+ hold 2, 7 or 9 hold 1. During the session, you can spend your hold to declare something terrible is about to happen. You and your allies take +1 ongoing to avoid the impending disaster.
Okay. So feel free to put that in play at any point that you wish. Nikoru, why would you be meeting with Camilla, or why would Camilla be meeting with you?
Oh, I thought I was framing a scene. All right, we gotta ease into this because I had this stupid idea.
Oh, I love if you get a stupid idea. I want to hear it.
I do, Joe. I have this idea because I adore you as a role player. All right, so yeah. Remember, I'm a fan.
Are you sure?
I'm a fan. Okay, so Nikoru pulls up in. Hold on, Rich has to look at gear to see what crappy car he was given in this cheap ass Urban Shadows game that never gives you cool gear to start off with.
It's a Yugo, right?
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, like a Yugo or so. I've got a comfortable car, damn it. So therefore, it's a sleek Mitsubishi. So he pulls up in a sleek Mitsubishi. It's kind of thing where you hear the tires in the little puddle in the alley type thing, and he steps out and looks up to find Camilla on a broken part of a fire escape, hang onto the bottom half of a ladder with some weird demon creature clicking and saying, "Just let go, just let go, I'll be okay, just let go." Yeah, I think that, and there's some glowing. So that on top of the roof that Camilla is trying to get to possibly stop or to get. Yeah, and Nikoru looks up to say, do you need some help?
Just a little bit.
He starts looking around for a dumpster and will start shoving it to where she can land in the dumpster.
The demon says, back off, vampire. This is mine.
No,
Kid,
that's
I'm
my
not yours.
friend. That's Camilla's mine. She has tasty dreams.
I'm not yours either.
Shh, demon shushes you.
It's like I'm like rattling the rung of the ladder. And I'm like, why won't this lower?
So do you think you were trying to get up to stop this, or you think you're trying to get away from this sitch, Camilla?
You mentioned some glowing thing.
Yeah.
Was I going after that, or
I kind of imagined that if you drop, you don't get to go up to the glowing thing. So perhaps you want to go up, but hey,
I want to go up.
It's probably
then,
bad for you.
There's a button. I want it.
It's probably like sugary cereal. You think you want it, and then you put milk in it, put it in your mouth, and you're like, why is this in my mouth? That's probably more like it.
Yeah.
So what do you want to try and do, Camilla?
Well, I don't know the system that well, so
Just say what you want to do, and Lowell will make you roll dice, and then you don't get XP when you fail.
Sure, like what the heck? Let's try to like. I've got this crazy power within me. I want to try to blast this demon with my mind or whatever.
Okay, so essentially, you want to try and let it out.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me what that would look like. How, as an oracle, what is it that you can do that to activate your powers to actually assault someone?
I think like I'm just like so pent up with frustration, and like they got these two, pardon my language, assholes around me claiming I'm each of theirs. I'm like, I don't belong. You want me here? Have a taste of me. As I just sort of like, you know, I guess mentally explode with rage and like flood him with like some recent visions that I had or something.
I like that. I like that. Let's have you go ahead and roll with spirit.
All right. So I just click on those two dice, or
you can just click on those two dice and hit reroll.
Still +2. So, but reroll selected. Yeah, it is not working. That's weird. I'm gonna just roll 2 new. Is that cool?
Sure, it's up to you. And you don't have to put the modifier in. We always just roll and then we add in our heads.
Okay. I don't know what just happened.
So looks like the last roll was a 6. With your spirit, makes that an 8, right? Because the 5 and the 1 are your 2 new dice.
Okay. I'm like trying to figure out where
yeah. Don't worry, Rich will clear the table in a second because he's fastidious on that. So an 8. So you get to choose one of those things.
Choose one and mark corruption. Yes. Frighten, intimidate, or impress your opposition. No, wait. Yeah, that's a hit. Yeah.
And you'll do that, and you put, you know, images in this demon's mind. It's probably just gross for you to kind of call into the dreams of a demon, but you do, and it will scamper back and take off up the fire escape. Nikoru, you will see that.
Wow. Stops pushing the dumpster for a second and then climbs up on top of it and sees if he can maybe get a bit of a jump up to climb up to the fire escape or catch
you're a
her
vampire. You can jump up there.
All right, awesome. So yeah, I'll like jump up and grab hold of the fire escape and clamber up past poor Camilla.
Okay. Help her up?
Yeah, she actually will take my hand.
Camilla, what's your reaction?
Oh, what's my reaction?
Yeah.
Yeah, gee, thanks.
I thought you want it down, but you obviously don't, he says as he pulls her up.
Well, you know, look, it's a mixed bag. You know, I go in if there's that thing. I had a vision about it. Then T showed up. Then you showed up.
Phosphorescent glowing green is never quite good in my experience. It's like toxic, I think. Demon, you should leave now. There are 2 of us and only 1 of you.
Demon's like, goes up and gets up to that rooftop thing and just kind of at the top of the thing, kind of watching.
It's going to fight us when we get to the roof.
So then we fight it. I mean,
Well, it's not that tough, but otherwise it would have figured out it could unmoor the fire escape and we would fall.
What?
Maybe don't give him ideas while he's still above us.
Well, he didn't look that strong. I'll start heading up the fire escape.
Okay. Camilla, do you follow?
Yeah, sure. I want that thing.
So the 2 of you will rush up. The demon kind of backs off away as you get to the top of the thing. Nikoro, you described yourself as coming up first.
Yeah, I think so.
And you'll kind of pull up and up to the top, and you'll see that phosphorescent green. And what you see is the demon is kind of scampering around, and there's this doorway forming.
That's
and probably
definitely
see a shape of something coming through.
That's definitely bad. We should close that.
Jesus. What the hell? I'll spin that hold and say something terrible is about to happen.
Okay.
That's not how this game works. Don't make it worse. No, say that.
No, that's good.
It works. It's awesome.
You can tell that whatever is coming through is not good for you and your friends. Like, it's a bad dude.
No, I love it. This is great. This is so cool.
Well, we get +1 going to prevent this.
The demon is screaming, "The librarian is coming! The librarian is coming!" and kind of dancing around the outside of this portal.
You got it. Are you gonna take care? Let's take care of this. How do we take care of this? You're older than me. You've dealt with this shit before, right?
Yes, definitely. Totally a lie. And I'll start walking forward and looking for some way to close this door.
So that sounds to me like you're investigating a place of power.
It seems exactly like that. Which faction is this?
Well, let's see. This is attainted, so wild.
I am flat on wild. I have rolled a 6.
All right. So
I really wish I had XP on this.
Yeah. So you will kind of move forward to engage with this, and that demon catches you flat-footed because he's coming around the one way. But then in the corner of your eye, you see you're not sure if it's the same demon or just a twin, hits you and is going to knock you essentially off towards the edge of the building. And you're going to take 2 harm.
Ouch.
Oh, Jesus. That was
like demon. A linebacker demon or something. Dang.
Yeah. It smashes you, essentially catches you in the midsection and then hits you against the roof edge there where there's some of the stone up, and you'll feel it crack against your ribs there.
I actually
take that back. Let me take that back, Rich. I apologize. Camilla gave you +1 ongoing.
Oh, right. I'm a dummy.
Because we have to use that mechanic, so I think we have to retcon back to that.
Oh, yeah. On a 10+, I can ask the MC one question.
Yeah, I love the idea that Camilla sees it coming.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes,
yes. That's right. That makes sense.
And so the demon goes past you off the roof.
To your left.
One of the twins.
Look to your left.
Nice. He just barely steps out of the way, and the thing goes, "Wah!" It splats under the ground. Nice little Sam Raimi blood pack, green yellow blood bursts out. Yeah, that's good.
So it looks like this is a essentially a summoning portal that this demon has been assigned to kind of keep open and keep safe, and has marked into the surface of the roof, and you need to deface essentially the surface of the roof itself to be able to stop this thing from coming through. Does that seem like a fair answer?
We need to break the circle, and trust me, peeing on it will not work.
Camilla.
What? What? Okay,
Look,
fine. Wasn't my first thought.
Figure is getting closer in that doorway. Now you kind of make out the little wire rim spectacles and the horns. So
is it like paint that we could just like scrape off, or is that,
it's like that roof tar stuff.
Oof.
Oh, please. It's going to ruin my shoes. And yeah, I'll try to break some of the lines to disrupt this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you think? How do we
Or maybe Camilla does, because this is her.
Sure, no problem.
So tell me, Camilla, what you're doing.
I probably got like, I don't know, could have like a pocket knife where I could like try to like scratch through it, or
yeah. So yeah, is it a pocket knife? Is it a sling blade, or is it something more? What do you have?
I don't know, just see like a pocket knife, you know, like something small.
So
probably not the type that carries a sling blade.
Yeah. So you drop down and you're kind of scraping at the roof thing as Nikoru's probably dealing with the demon. Does that make sense? So let me have Camilla. Let me have you roll. Keep your cool.
Okay, that is spirit. Okay,
it's good for you.
Yeah, lucky. Submit 7, 8, 9 plus 1 ongoing.
So I think
right?
Yeah. So here's the thing: is I think if you want to do this, that's going to require you getting sort of partially up in this summoning circle, and I think you're going to have to mark corruption because you're going to be.
Right. But I got it like a 10.
Oh, I thought you. Oh, that's right. You got the ongoing. I apologize.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh yeah, no. So
that's why I'm like, the ongoing still a thing, right?
Yeah. So tell me what that looks like.
So yeah, like I'm like down on my like hands and knees, and I'm like really like digging into. You said it was tar, so like I was like really sort of like mostly like trying to like cut it like a steak or whatever to like separate it and like fling it off to the side, and like as I'm looking up at the outline of a figure or like a hand trying to reach through or something, I'm like Madre de Dios, and just like cursing in Spanish as like I'm just like working furiously.
And you will tear it, and it finally will give. And the last thing you will see in that sort of frame is this figure going, shh, and then whoosh, and they are gone.
Do we just deal with the librarian from Ghostbusters?
The other little demon will take off if you will let him, Nikoru.
Just get out of here.
Yeah, like, and like that's when like I just like slump on the rooftop, like, jeez.
I was kidding about you being mine. That's how demons think. I don't think that way.
Mm-hmm.
You're cute, but
and I'm like just like, you know, she's just doing like the sidest of eyes, is like she's just like leaning back, like, right. So what brings you here?
You didn't actually send a text asking for help?
I don't know. It's been a busy day.
If I got an Oracle text, that's interesting.
Let me cut from you two. We'll come back to figure out where you decompress to do this, and let me come over to to Salome. Salome, in the wake of all of this craziness, and what you've heard about things that are going down, where do we find you? Are you back at the club?
Yeah, I think it's like late afternoon, so like the staff for the club are starting to come in, and Salome, I think, is like out back in the alleyway or something, having a smoke, trying to decompress, because escaping all of that and then finding out that this wizard's probably coming after me is not a great day to start my day. What I'd like to do though is I don't think I'll be working at the club tonight because I'm too stressed out.
Okay.
I'm thinking I want to like lay low. I want to try and like just wait this out. And I don't have any contacts in the fairy courts here because it's mostly summer court and they don't like me and I don't like them, I don't think. So I want to try and find someone who can hide me. I'm thinking like I want to find like a ghosty or something, right? Like a specter type of person.
Okay. So that seems like you're going to try and hit the streets, rolling with night.
What's my night? Oh, my night is -1. Well, that's a good idea.
Is it another faction you want to go with? I mean, let's.
I'm angling for that level up.
Okay.
But also, no, I think that makes sense, right? Because I don't have Fey contacts, and I don't want to work with power because power is coming after me, and I don't want to work with mortals. So night, I think, has the capabilities to hide me, right?
Sure, absolutely.
Oh my god! Wait, when did they roll?
I didn't see anything roll.
Oh, let me roll again. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought I rolled, but then it gave me like the result of 1 dice. Let me see. I'm gonna be green. 10. Okay.
That's a 10. Look at you.
Yeah, coming back.
So we will meet with a specter by the name of DaCosta. DaCosta, you've heard rumors about the specters that they actually have a very substantial network here in Baltimore. Baltimore is a city of ghosts. It's the city of Edgar Allan Poe. There's all of that sort of haunted Baltimore. DaCosta is a more recent specter, but you have the sense that in his own life he might have been a figure of some power. He's a West Indian guy. Where do you imagine you have to go to Beetlejuice call him up to meet with you?
Let's see. I think that a graveyard is too easy and uninteresting, so I don't want to do that. Maybe it's like he's a figure of some power, like intangible power, or is this like social power, like capital power? Like
power amongst the specters. Like they actually have some skill and some pull, and he has some authority amongst them.
Okay. Maybe there's like a I don't know much about Baltimore, but maybe there's like a park or something, or some wooded like preserved area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So probably some like, I think maybe I've heard about them because of like just through Fae circles, and I think that maybe there's like something people assume is like some Wiccan ritual space out in this like park or something, but it's not actually Wiccan. It's like related to the specters.
So you probably have to go to essentially like the murder park, the place where they dump bodies, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's probably right.
You know, where the police patrol around, and there literally is a set of woods like this in Baltimore, and you drive, or you have a car, right?
Yes.
Okay. What do you suppose is the gesture or ritual that you have to do to call up DaCosta?
Oh man, what is DaCosta like? He's West Indian. Oh, I don't know much about West Indian.
I put a picture for him on the images thing.
think that's... Oh, very good. Maybe there's like, what would I have that I could give them? Maybe there's something, I love the idea of goblin markets. I've been thinking about them. So maybe I had to get something, there's some like, something that seems like kind of inconsequential to me or like a goblin or something, but I had to go buy it from this market for them. They have, he has some inscrutable purpose. I'm like, okay, fine, here, have this, I don't know, maybe it's some like fruit or something.
Like a hedge fruit, like fruit that grew over on the Fey side of things. Those,
something like that.
So like a fruit, like it's an apple, but it has the skin of an eggplant. So it's that kind of blue purple, and you will set that out, and you can feel the ghost around here. It's not just DaCosta that's around, but DaCosta will form and appear, and he will look down and he will say, "That looks like a gift for me."
For a new friend, I hope.
Yeah. Who are you?
I'm Salome. I understand you are DaCosta.
I am DaCosta. I am the voice, the speakers for my folk.
I'm gonna like pick up the hedge fruit again, and I want to like just like toss it casually. DaCosta, I hate to ask this, but I need a favor.
Your new friend? You're not a summer court.
Absolutely not.
You got the chills running down you.
Don't worry about that.
No. It's all good. Summer court, Faye, and we don't get along.
Yeah, I have we don't get along either. And now there's some more people looking for me. I think I just need to I need to lay low for a while.
Sure. You want a place to crash that's off the spiritual grid, as it were?
Well, it needs to be secure, and it needs to absolutely be unfindable.
Nothing's unfindable in Baltimore. But I can give you a place that will take a lot of effort for anyone to find you in.
Oh, like toss him the fruit. I'll agree to it.
And he will look at it, and he will say, "There is a house in the Little Italy section, Baltimore. I'm going to give you an address. A lot of bad things happened in that house. And there is a person there, and they will know that you're to be a guest there, and you can stay there for as long as you need."
As long as I need?
Yeah.
No evictions?
No evictions. No evictions. You can come and go as you please. Don't bring anybody else in there.
Okay. Easy enough rules.
Okay. And he will kind of come forward and lean, and he smells like his ghost definitely just smells like cigarette smoke and old woods and stuff. And he will whisper this address in your ear. Just say that I sent you.
Yeah, I think Salome will probably leave very quickly.
Okay.
that.
Yeah, because you move around, the police cars coming by. This place feels like you would get, well, like this is where you get murdered. If you were like, hey, I want to go somewhere to get murdered, this is the place you would go.
Can I also I want to leave a note at the sorry, I was just thinking about this. I want to leave
Sure.
a note before I had left at the club for Nikuru, because often they come through the club for their to keep on the up and up. But the note says that I'll be unavailable and that service won't be available, right? Because who's gonna hook them up?
Right.
It's just
That sounds good. Fraser, that's for we're going to take our break now. We'll take 5 and we'll come back and we'll check in with Hugo. Does that seem cool? Okay. So take 5. How was Homecoming in IMAX?
It was pretty splendid.
Good.
It was very, very poorly attended, so we got pretty awesome seats, and it was fun. I've forgotten how much. I mean, I remembered it fondly, but I've forgotten how many really, really solid moments there are in Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a spectacular film.
It was fun. Actually, we watched it that evening here when my niece came over as a palate cleanser for her after having watched Annihilation, because that freaked her out. So
it's comics.
Yeah, that movie was pretty freaky. Annihilation.
Yeah.
It was not a positive message behind that movie.
As she said the next day, watching Spider-Man: Homecoming did not clear the memory of that bear from Annihilation from her.
Yeah. Makes sense. I'm playing the new Spider-Man game, and it's like amazing. The storyline is actually very good and like not in canon, so they don't have to like be beholden to the fans who are like, that's not how whatever is. There's just like their own thing going on. So
nice.
I've heard such good things about it. I suspect once I get done with Dragon Quest and Yakuza 0, I'll probably go for that. Though Yakuza 0 could take a long time.
Yeah, so I've heard.
a lot of dumb stuff in that game. There's a lot of problematic stuff in that game too. Like it's crazy problematic. But there's some just really cool things. So let me ask you, Hugo, where do we want to take up with you? Do we want to take up with you investigating the book?
Sure, yeah. I think if this was like the TV show movie version, it would be like all these things are happening to these people, and we get interspersing cuts to me like being at Starbucks waiting for coffee and being like, they get my name wrong and they get the drink wrong. And as I leave, I'm like, this day could not be any worse. And that's like when they cut to the fighting the glyph on the top of the roof and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, where we actually take up is probably me investigating the book in my sanctum.
So let me ask you this. Do you think that you want to look at the book and tell me what it is? Do you want to roll an investigate thing? Or do you think that is there somebody you need to go and talk to help you work through it? What do you want to do with this? What would you like?
Yeah. I would like it. Oh, wait. I was going to say it would be cool if there was like a Fae component to it so I could go hook up with Salome, but the problem with that is then I would probably owe Salome even more, right? Yeah, so well, that's fun anyway. Whatever, it's on Salome to pull in the debts, right?
Okay. So you will go to look at this, and open it up, and again, as I mentioned, it's written, on that sort of solid pieces, though the pages do bend like a book, and as you're going through it, you will find a number of sigils and signs to you that point to marks of the Fae, that you're like, okay, I need help to translate this. There's clearly a cipher or a key. So do you go track down Salome and find that she's not at the club, and Ariba will say she took off. She looked panicked, and she left me a note for another one of her friends that she was going to be gone for a while.
Like, did she say how long she would be gone for?
No, and that's not good for business. She's popular.
Yeah.
Maybe you find her and tell her to come back.
Maybe I do. I'll see what I can do. door person. Maybe.
Hey. Hugo, is it? You'll
Yes.
see this woman approaching you.
Like from just off the street.
Yeah, you're like kind of coming out of the club, and you're not sure if this woman was waiting or what. Kind of approaches you.
Okay. That might be my name.
I love, by the way, that you mistook the door person for the owner. So that's
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It seems like something I would do.
Exactly. So someone says, "Hey, you're Hugo, aren't you?"
Depends who's asking.
My name is Jenny Luck.
Okay. Is that a name I should know, lol?
Why don't you put a face to a name?
Oh yeah, okay. That's
Go ahead and roll with wild.
Okay, wild. I'm pretty sure I'm 0 at that. Red dice coming. 7.
That's a 7. On a hit, you know their reputation. So Jenny Luck is a courtier from the summer court of the Fae.
Oh. Okay. I think I feign ignorance as to who they are, and I treat them just like as a normal person because I don't really want to get mixed up in Fae business. But I acquiesce and say that yes, my name is Hugo.
So I think that are you looking for our mutual friend?
Well, I'm looking for somebody, but I don't know if we're mutual friends or not.
So we're kind of in an interesting situation here. See, you're a wizard who's a friend of a Fae. You're looking for your friend who's a Fae. I'm a Fae, and I have a wizard friend who's asked me to look for her as well.
And what did you want with this friend of mine, ostensibly?
My wizard friend just wants me to pass a message along to her.
A message. Messages can be quite harmful.
Really?
Nice.
I think it's the unreceived message that's more dangerous.
Fair enough. So
If you catch my drift.
You're saying that it's in this person's best interest to get the message?
I think it's in many people's best interest that Salome get this message.
So are you saying that I'd be doing you a favor passing this along?
I don't think we know each other well enough for that, wizard.
But you are asking me for help, aren't you?
I am asking.
Well, if I do find the person, I'll see if they want to get in touch or not. How about
Absolutely. If you put Salome in contact with me, I will consider myself in your debt so that I can pass along this message from your colleague Shiloh.
Shiloh. Sounds good.
Good. Then it's been lovely meeting you.
And then I just walk off.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I was thinking, does Nikaru have plans to go to the club? Have they already gone there?
Well, maybe we could work a way to put the three of you in a scene then. Does that seem fair?
Yeah, sounds good.
Are you good with that, Nikoru? Or just something you want to do before that?
I am. Well, I have a starting session move.
A start a session move? Rich!
Well, you gave me a chance to frame a scene for someone else, and it's okay. It's not timing related.
No, okay. Let's see it then, sir.
I assumed that debts at character creation didn't count for this, but during the game, I got a debt from Salome, and as a result, she entered my web.
That is true.
She's the only member in my web. It's a very lonely web. Just a bunch of husks of dead things from before. And you, I assume you sang to keep yourself company. Anyway, at the start of session, I choose someone in my web. I rolled a die. It was you, Salome. And learn a secret about them that they'd rather keep buried.
So...
And since you skipped town on me, I want to know the secret now.
Well, what do you want to say there, Salome?
Well, if you want to keep it immediate, it could be that I'm hiding out with, or the ghosts are hiding me.
I'm fine with that if that's what you want to give me, because then I know.
Yeah, I mean, I like that because the ghosts have no guests. And I get that gives you and Hugo good leads to be unwitting guests.
Be our guest, be our guest.
And I'll think of more secrets so I can, when you pull them, I can just have them ready for later.
That's good.
Sessions.
That's good, because I don't think anybody's going to want to give me debts now, so it's just going to be you. Every time I learn a little bit. What's today's secret about Salome?
So can I frame this that Camilla, Nakoro, where would you be after that situation, after that incident?
I assume
you drink.
Yeah, exactly. Would want to get drunk.
You want to get torn up.
So we're in some neighborhood dive bar in Baltimore, one of those places where the door's on the corner, and you come in, and it's seedy, got the little booze. There's big, bowls of crappy popcorn on the bar there. Everything's just a little bit sticky. Here they've got one billiard table in the back that you can see all of the fixed stitching in it and stuff. And it smells like all the soft shell crabs that people bring in to eat here with their drinks. Because there's one of those places next door. So the food smell kind of rolls over into here. And you two are there. Nakoro, do you drink?
I do not drink.
Okay.
Why?
Well, you don't want a Bloody Mary?
I don't drink wine. No, I will.
That's not wine.
No, I don't want to Bloody Mary. I will pretend to drink. I'll nurse a drink like I'm actually human. But
okay.
Yeah.
And what is Camilla's drink of choice?
Whiskey probably. And it really
whatever's on special.
Sure, it's special. I don't know.
Okay.
Depends the mood she's in, I guess.
So Hugo, if I may, I'm going to say that you can find these two at this bar. Let's call it Rafferty's.
Nice. I like that name.
And you will see a somewhat, maybe probably a couple of drinks in, Camilla and Nikoru there.
Yeah, when I walk in, I my whole body just shivers because it's disgusting in here. And I'm in a bodysuit kind of thing, right?
Oh yeah,
so
your shoes come down and you hear the crunch of something under your feet when you come in, and then there's that squick as you stick in something sticky, and you, that sound of your shoe as you walk through here the whole time.
Just like arching eyebrows watching you walk in.
Yeah.
Bartender kind of looks at you, goes back to his business.
Yeah, I don't even think the glasses would be clean enough for me to drink here. So, but I walk up and I say, "I've got business to," or do we? do I know Camilla as well? Like, is it assumed that everybody knows each other?
I think it makes sense if you do know her. You don't have any
Okay.
debts with her, right?
Oh wait, wasn't there a debt?
I owe Hugo.
Oh yeah, so I definitely
so
know.
you do definitely know.
Cool.
You're like, this is the one person that owes me something.
Hey,
Not gonna forget her.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, and we're the same faction too.
Yeah. So you know that the oracles have a strong presence here, whereas the wizards are kind of individuated and dispersed. There's a little stronger network of oracles.
Right. And so I think I even say, oh, it's serendipitous seeing you here, Camilla. I'm looking for somebody. Misconstruing what you do completely.
Okay. Sweet. Who are you looking for in here? Because this isn't your usual bag.
No. And I stare meaningfully at Nikaru and say, our mutual friend Salome has gone missing. As I guess you probably already know, right? Because
Yes.
of the message.
Yes, she's decided to lay low because of troubles, I assume.
Yeah, and now we're not the only ones looking for her.
Really?
Mm-hmm. This
Who else
person,
is after Salome?
the person I forgot the name of, Rich. The summer court person. Luck. Something about luck.
Jenny Luck.
Yes.
Should I put a face to the name, or do we just?
I was
roll
about to ask the same. Like, do I know that? What do I
Yeah,
know
I think
that?
I think putting you can. Well, let's have that. Let's have you roll that.
All right, cool.
Both of us, or
Yeah, do it.
Let's
do it. Everybody rolls. All rolls. It's not like we're going to get XP for it.
reroll selected. Ooh, no.
Oh, I am so wise about Jenny.
So what did we get?
An 11.
Okay. And
I
what
got a
did you?
3.
What? In 3.
I get to mark a faction though, right?
No. You only mark it when you. Let me see.
Swap
when you
debts,
actually resolve
basically.
debt. Yeah.
Yeah, it says when you make a faction move, mark the faction involved.
Oh, I guess you're right. Yeah, it does.
Hooray!
Look at
I think
you.
I've already
I was
marked.
like, I read this.
Oh my goodness, y'all! I'm like one away from making advance. Okay, sorry. I never advanced in this game.
I think that you don't know them, Camilla. That's not a group that
Or I
you
owe them.
interacted with. However, you have had some dealings with the Summer Court, and you know that Jenny Luck is essentially the fixer for the Summer Court. She's the one who goes. Essentially, she's the knight of the court, who goes out and gets things fixed. Do you want to know more, or would you like a debt?
Are you still talking to Camilla?
I'm talking to you. Camilla doesn't know.
An 11? That's all I get? She's a fixer? I'm not giving a debt for that. Screw it.
No.
Fine. She's a
Rich. No, stop.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to learn something more about her, or do you want to have a debt on her?
Oh, sorry. I
Is
thought you were
she
saying
in
if you
your
want to know
web?
more, you had to give a debt. I'm like, no, I'm stingy.
No. You get it. You can get a debt on 11 plus on a put a face to a name.
Oh,
You can
cool.
learn
Okay, I'm so
more
sorry.
your web.
or get a debt.
Super. Yeah, I get to move her in my web. Yes, I will do that thing.
Okay.
Sorry, I misunderstood.
That's me being really unclear. I apologize.
No, I don't think so. I bet if we roll back, then you'll find out that it was me not listening.
We'll check on the replay.
We will.
Pictures are in the images tab.
Oh, yeah. Dang it, I gotta re-roll it again. That is so weird.
Not me, sucker. Oh, she's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's a
Faye.
Oh, goodness. She's pretty.
Good, I marked the right one.
Yeah.
And of course, Rich, you also get to mark wild if you don't have it marked.
I did. I'm just one away. I just need night, and then I actually advance in this game.
Yeah. So how is it that Jenny Luck is in your web?
She's a fixer, and So she's called upon me to help out in the past. There was the dragon eggs that need to be hidden, and I consulted with her and told her, a small listing of places that have been here for hundreds of years undisturbed. I don't know where she ended up going because that was part of the arrangement.
Who she ended up passing it off to, that then passed it off to Hugo.
Exactly.
So you know this stuff.
Yeah, and she is looking for Salome, which is probably not a good thing, but in particular, some wizard is looking for Salome.
Just some wizard. So, aren't you guys like?
Yeah, aren't you buddy
close?
up?
I don't know all the wizards, though.
How many wizards are there?
That many in Baltimore, right?
Well, I think Fraser, it makes sense since you're a wizard. I will let
Camilla
you
says,
oh, okay. Actually, I do know.
Well, let's see.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
Roll with power.
Oh, which means I get to mark it?
Yes.
Nice. That's it. We're just going to talk about people. We're going to sit in a bar and talk about people.
We're just gonna gossip.
Yeah, now
All we do is gossip every session.
I love it.
Ooh, 11, 12.
So Shiloh is a wizard. He came here after you, late 20s, 1920s. Been here a while, like you, and is probably the one who has his fingers in the most sort of affairs of other groups. A lot of the mages try to keep to themselves, but he's clearly a mover and a fixer. You have the sense that maybe he is like a Voldemort in exile from another city.
Oh, okay.
Like he tried to overturn the order of mages somewhere else and got booted out. And he's been here manipulating things. Now, do you want to know more about him, or do you want a debt on him?
I want to know more about him. Specifically, what's his weakness? I want to be able to fuck him up.
What is his weakness?
Yeah.
Don't think you get to ask that in particular.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
so,
just learned something interesting and useful. Yeah, it's not a targeted question. Yeah.
Well, how about this? I will give you this. He is no friend of the ghost in the city.
Oh, okay.
Like he is one of those people who will bind spirits for utility. And so he has fought against the specters, and he's probably taken down a couple of revenants. And so there's a real strong hostility between him and that group.
Okay.
Does that seem like a useful thing?
Yeah, I think so. Because it'd be hard it's almost good if we find Salome then, because it seems unlikely that he'd be trying to encroach on that territory unless I guess it was very important. But yeah. So I say Shiloh is looking for Salome, which is never good. He's a corrupted wizard. No good.
Have I ever heard of him?
You think it's fair that we put face to names? I don't know how you feel these moves roll out. Are you guys? Do you guys want to do that or what?
I'm okay with it. I don't know if it's what the system wants us to do.
Yeah,
but...
well, we've got that move in there. Let's have you roll it, Joe.
All right. Okay, and it's roll plus power, which I have +1 in. Submit. 4, 6, 7.
7. You essentially, that will give you what the same sort of base level of info that Hugo has. Essentially, on a 7, you know the reputation, you know them. you know who they are.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that seem fair?
Yeah. Sure. Okay. No.
So you three are chatting up about this.
But I get the mark power.
So how would you proceed? How would you go find Salome?
Well, we definitely don't want to do this in obvious fashion, since our mage friend could come running behind us.
Yeah, so we don't want to lead Shiloh to Salome.
Right.
But
Has anyone tried to text her?
I pull out my like 90s flip phone with T9. Be like, hello.
It's super heavy, super solid.
Are we current time or
Yes.
Okay.
We're current time,
Wait.
but our characters
just
are
old.
ancient and
Yes.
dumb.
You use carrier pigeon? Okay.
Yeah, well, it would be neat if there was like some sort of underground way of getting a message through this this faction, the Ghost Spectre thing, like some kind of ghost line or something. That would be
So,
fun.
yeah, I mean, you know of Shiloh more. How in tune with technology is he? Because we could really just text her.
What do you think? These two they're like, well, texting, I don't know.
You literally got a text from me earlier, so
I
Oh,
did. I was surprised. I didn't know it worked that way.
Well, let me pause. Let me put a pin in this moment, and let me cut back to Salome.
Sure.
Salome,
like, are you in trouble?
And you can work in that Nikora would send a text. Like, that makes sense. He tried it.
So Salome, you head over to the Little Italy section of Baltimore, right? And these are kind of residential neighborhoods. They got a little bit of tiny front yard, fences around, all set, and the house that you see is, got the boarded up windows and doors and such. And you can it feels creepy, like as you approach. The lawn is dead. Nobody's parked out in front of it. And as you're kind of going up, I assume that you have your phone with you.
Yes.
Because you wouldn't leave your phone, but you will get that text from Nikoru. What does Nikoru's text say?
Hugo, Camilla, and I are looking for you, as is someone not friendly.
Well, yeah, I think I'll text back. You shall not be news. I'll text back. I think I'll just say, if no, I don't want to text back. I don't want to influence what's going to happen because I don't know, and I want you guys to do whatever. I want to see what's going on. I think that
all of a sudden, like, you get all these texts and like, hey girl, you in trouble?
well, that's okay. Salome just turns off their phone.
Okay.
And continues to hide. Because, I presume through the web, Nikoru at least knows exactly where I am. I'm sure. Like, somehow you would have the contacts to figure that out. So,
okay. I misunderstood that.
Okay.
I thought I was just giving the information that ghosts are hiding you, and then someone else showed up and said ghosts are hiding you. I'm like, oh, okay, that was useless. But yeah, if I know, that's fantastic. I'll still send the text, I guess, before, and maybe I have to do a little bit of digging and through my web, and that's how I'll find out.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys are okay with that. I just don't want to leave. I don't want to leave you hanging, but I also don't want to be like, don't come find me. Because do whatever.
So I think what that means is that you can tell that she's got her phone off, but you kind of know, you have a sense of who to talk to find out where she's at, Nikoru.
Yeah, I like that. That works for me, and it doesn't violate anything we'd established before. So let's say that's true.
So if that is the case, Salome, you will open the chain link fence that and go up to the front door, and as you approach, you'll hear a click like the door's unlocked.
Ugh. Yeah, I'll go in. I wonder, can I even see the inhabitants, the residents?
You hear like whispers and mutters and things like that, but you don't see them yet.
Jeez. Does this house still have electricity? I have plans.
You don't know.
I'm gonna try turning on the air conditioner.
Well, so you unlock the door and you open it and go in, and you will see this woman appear. She looks like this friendly, matronly woman. She's like, "Oh,
Are you? Is this your house?
oh, this is my house, but it's open to anyone. Come on in, hun."
Thank you. I assume you were told I would be staying here for a little while.
Who sent you?
A friend named DaCosta.
And she looks disappointed. Oh, okay. And her sort of friendly matronly features kind of shift down to the sort of the gaunt, horrible, bloodied skin of this specter, and she says, "There's a cot in the back room. You can stay there."
Are you okay?
And she'll glide forward. "What do you mean? What are you asking, hun?"
You just look a little unwell.
"Honey, I'm dead. I'm more than unwell."
No worry. I see. I'll keep my questions to a minimum, I guess.
And as you kind of walk through, you'll see a bunch of other people of varying ages and things seated around here, throats cut, sort of purple of asphyxiation, the sort of rope of garrotes and that kind of thing. And this house has a lot of ghosts in it.
Oh, God. I think Salome is maybe even more stressed out before, just being surrounded by death. What it is.
And the room in the back is essentially, there is a cot. There are no ghosts in here, and it's a very minimal sort of safe house room.
Just, I think, what
Did you need anything else, hun?
What's your name?
You could just call me honey.
Honey. No, I think I'm okay, honey. Just some privacy for now.
All right. Well, if you need anything, you just holler.
I'll scream.
Okay. And she will shut the door and let you have some privacy. What do you want to do in your privacy here?
I would like to, kind of like before the vault, where I kind of like put some frost and like ice around to kind of like extend some basic senses or perceptions. I would like to do that, at least for the room, but
Sure.
I kind of want to frost over the whole house as much as I can.
Okay.
And just to like, so I can be aware. So if there's like that crunch of that frozen blade of grass or something, I'll get like my prairie dog ears will perk up.
Sure. So that seems like a pretty big thing. So I will have you roll let it out for that.
Yeah. Cool. Roll with spirit. I think my spirit's +1. Yes. Cool. Come on, green dice. No whammies. My roll for the party froze. Okay, there we go. Reroll. The 3. Wait, what? It did it again. I rolled a 5.
Yeah. What's your spirit?
6. It's still fine. +1. Still a failure,
6.
but
So you will kind of extend and you'll be able to get your room, but as you extend it, your vision goes out, and this house was clearly a boarding house, and this woman spent years murdering her guests, burying them in the basement. And you will get all of those flashes, all of those bits, all of those images of her smiling face, pushing someone down in the bathtub, of her putting the rat poison, in the meal, and all of these people sort of trapped here, stuck as guests in this house. And that will kind of make you pull back from going any further. Does that seem fair?
yeah, it does. I like the idea that there's like a window that's like frosted over, and I'm seeing like those memories or whatever, those like emotions like playing out across the ice, and like I can't not see it.
And you will mark corruption.
Mm-hmm.
And you also realize that maybe you shouldn't have extended your frost. You're the only Winter Court Fae in Baltimore powers outside of the house.
Yeah.
So let's cut back to the others.
Yeah. So I guess I'm
she's Salome's in Murder Hostel.
Oh, nice. And I guess I have that book with me as well. So instead of telling you to, I think I just like open my satchel and show you and say, I need Salome's help to try to translate this.
So
it's unreadable to me.
You need our help finding her? Or?
Well, I'm just telling you why I'm looking for her. And if you guys, I don't know what you guys want to do, though. For me, this is my motivation, so I need to get it looked at.
Well, I mean, you came here looking for Nikaru.
Yeah.
To help you find Salome, I guess.
Yeah, we can find Salome, but
yeah, we can help you out with this.
But just be aware that the place where Salome is, many ghosts who won't. There could be a fight if your mage friend shows up.
Right. But if Shiloh's looking for Salome, I owe Salome, so it might behoove me to get there before Shiloh to help her out.
But Salome's hiding from Shiloh.
Why?
By running to Salome, we'll be shining a giant light on Salome for Shiloh.
All right. But I need this book translated. There must be some.
I think you should go kill Shiloh.
Well, I don't know. That seems difficult. That escalated quickly.
Just throwing out options.
Yeah. That would be difficult, I think. Especially if they have the backing of the Summer Court. With the luck person.
I don't know if the whole court is backing just because Jenny Luck is doing a fixing job. That's kind of what she does. She cuts deals across groups. They may even be indebted to Shiloh and could be incredibly thankful to you if you kill him.
Yeah, it seems like a big bet, though. So one way or the other.
Okay, so if you guys want, we can go fetch Salome. I know where she is.
We can help you out with this, and you can help us out at a later time, right?
Right.
So I think that Camilla's asking if they're doing you a favor.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Sure.
And
then
another person for your web, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So, I have a question.
I have an answer.
So, I have a debt on Hugo. Should I make a separate track that Hugo owes me a debt?
Yeah, essentially,
They don't like cancel each other out,
They don't
right?
cancel each other out.
Okay. Yeah, I only wrote down the debts that people owe me. I did not write down the other ones.
Well, and you can also check reciprocally on other people's sheets, so it's
right. Okay.
And don't forget, Hugo, Rich, Camilla, you guys can always cash in a debt to get info, to add people answer questions, erase debts on someone, transfer debts, that kind of thing.
Right.
Lots of options with that.
And
Okay.
Rich, I don't know if you saw the message, but I'd say you helping me with the demon I owe you from that. So
I mean, if you won, I did frame the scene that way. So
that's the thing of this game. You gotta get indebted.
I know. I just wanted to say that, like, if you consider that an angle, I was totally happy to let that slide. Okay,
I want to be indebted.
So you gained a debt on her, which means you can mark power, Rich.
Dude, I already have mark power, right? But still, it feels good to say that. Thank you.
Or mortality if you haven't marked that. Because she has mortality, yeah.
Oh, it's true. I can roll up. I just need night. I have to deal with my own kind.
Okay.
So yeah, when you mark something that's already marked, it just doesn't do anything, right?
Right.
Cool.
So I hear that you three are driving over Little Italy.
Yeah, well, I was thinking of trying to take a different way of getting there. Perhaps something that I figure out in the sanctum, or if there's a
so like
investigative.
You want us to like find a way to slow down Shiloh, or?
Well, I was thinking of just a way of traversing our way there that is undetectable.
So you want to use your magic to cover your tracks is essentially what you want to do.
Yeah, or just like some alternate path that he couldn't go through or something like that.
Okay. That seems like mislead, distract, or trick using your powers. That's in your fiction.
Sure. Okay, so that's mind. And my mind is 1. Let's see what happens here. And 9, 10.
10. So look at that. So you get to pick 3 from the list.
Okay, so I think I'll confuse them for some time.
Okay.
Avoid further entanglement. And I guess the actual thing that we would be doing is creating an opportunity for us to get there. That seems
perfect. So assuming that you 3 are driving over and having a conversation.
I had a thing, perhaps, if I could suggest something.
Absolutely. I'm cool. I want to hear how you're doing this, what it looks like.
Yeah, so I think instead of driving, maybe what happens is if there is a haunted hotel in Baltimore, maybe we check into a room that's like 1313 or whatever, right? Like a haunted room at it, and then we have to like do something there that allows us to traverse from one haunted place to another.
Okay, so here's the only thing I'm going to say that's cool. But I'm going to tell you that there is a consequence to that, is you will be entering into this other house that is protected.
Right.
Because I think your mislead, distract, or trick is to try and keep Shiloh from seeing you, right?
Right.
So I think there's sort of a separate thing going on there with being able to enter into that house.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Well, we can just drive, I guess. Okay. I'll try to do that later in the fiction. Maybe.
Sure. So what does your magic look like to get Shiloh off your trail? How do you fool a fellow mage?
Maybe it has something to do with the vehicle. Like when we turn into an intersection at one point, we're like turning left, and then as the camera cuts behind us, the car looks completely different, and the passengers inside looks completely different as well. Like it doesn't look like us at all.
So like every time you turn, you kind of mimic a different car, and you're kind of taking on the camouflage as you move through different streets.
Yeah, and it's always like the popular makes. So at one point we're like a Civic, and then the next time we're a Jetta, that kind of stuff.
Do Camilla and Nikoru see this change as well? Is it to affect the people inside?
Yeah, maybe okay. They see it from looking in the mirror. Like if whoever's driving, maybe they check the rear hand mirror, and when they see themselves, they look like whatever this disguise is, right?
That's really cool.
I like that. I like that very much. So you three will pull up in front of this horrible 3-story old style Baltimore boarding house. And you can see the outside lawn is dead grass, but there's like dew on it, like frost has just melted off of it recently. Let's give Joe a second to pop back in here. There we go.
Oh yeah.
What do you want to do? You three. They pulled up in front of Murder House.
Yeah.
In the first season of American Horror Story. There we go.
Yeah. I guess just knock unless someone else has an idea for what they want to do. That would be neat.
I sent Salome a text. Says
if she turned her phone off.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
You can do that?
Unless you have an iPhone and it's just like undeliverable. Right?
You go on.
Nikoru, you know who owns this place? Should we like check it out or knock?
I don't know. Like I kind of assume with the web that I do the ghosts, but I don't know if I need to put a face to a name to know a bit about Honey. Perhaps, maybe
that I like that.
Yeah.
It sounds lovely. Like, this makes me happy because then I will get an advance. So
I'm also wondering, like, is this a place of power?
Yes.
Whether or not I'm investigating or not.
Oh, so close. Dang it.
You still mark it.
Yeah, I still mark it. Oh, wait. I have a 2. So that is a 10.
Okay. So you know that Honey essentially amongst the Spectre network keeps this murder house, and the sort of the ghostly interference of having all of these tortured spirits in there makes it very hard to track, spot, see. And he is a vicious killer. But also, she's one of the immobile specters. She doesn't traverse from this place. She is bound to here. So have you dealt with her before? Do you want something more useful and interesting about them, or do they owe you a debt?
She owes me a debt. I've helped her long time ago.
Murder.
Maybe. Yeah.
And then Camilla, you wanted to roll with investigate a place of power?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is night, I'm guessing.
This is night.
All right, -1, baby. Select. Reroll selected. Haha, 5.
That's a 5. So I think that when you extend your senses out, this is not a place you wanted to extend your senses. Because I think that you are going to feel, whereas Salome maybe saw the memories of all these people dying, I think you feel them.
No. Yay.
And let's have you mark another corruption.
Awesome.
And you get sick. Like you have to like open the door of the car and just vomit out onto the street. and everything that you drank, all the popcorn and pretzels and whatever, and everything just comes out and splatters back into the car.
Ugh, I hate my life.
Food poisoning from that bar, I assume.
The girl,
bar's
she just kind
fine.
of vomited and
Shut your
splattered.
Shut your shut your mouth. That bar is perfect.
Yes, I'm sure it's great.
Everything else, it's everything else that sucks.
Right. Oh, and if we took my car here and the illusion wears off or whatever, it's a beater car because my car is a crappy car, is what it says.
I assume that Okoro was driving since you were
Okay,
doing
so
the
it's a good
spells and
car.
stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
Yay, my Mitsubishi! Yay! It's getting,
You need to
it's
go-
getting its own like in credit. The
Yeah.
Mitsubishi Corporation. Thanks for letting us use this cool car.
You are going to have to go through a car wash, though.
Don't blame me. Blame all the dead people.
I blame your poor aim.
Shut up. All right, let's go inside or whatever.
So let me cut back to Salome. Salome, your phone comes on.
Inexplicably.
It's a ghost phone.
And it will say, text will pop up, and it says, it's not the normal text app. And it says, Salome, I want the book.
God. Is there any indication of who this is?
No, you kind of guess who it is.
Sure.
Clearly tracked back. Probably can't quite see you, but like grabbed onto a little bit of your power to do this, and pulled up WhatsApp as Fraser suggested, rather than your messaging thing.
I don't have the book.
Then who does?
You're not new to this game. If I know, why would I tell you?
Good point. I'll just tear it out of you. End message.
It's like contact unreachable.
Yes.
Oh,
I feel like something terrible is about to happen, guys.
well, since my phone's on now, I will. I guess I see all the messages pop up. And
I'll spin that other hold.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh man! I'm gonna text Hugo. And I want to use. I'm gonna cash in a debt. Cash in a debt, my dear friends. And I want to. Let's see. What do I want to do? Actually,
Hey, you're in here. You know they're out front.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Have you? Did you all text me that you're here?
Yeah.
Are you honking the horn? Okay. Okay.
Knock, knock.
Well, no, I'm not going to catch a debt, but Hugo, I'm just going to ask you if you have the book with you. Do you have that book?
Yes.
So as this text is going on, and you're kind of coughing, to clear your mouth out, and Nikoru, honey, you said you were kind of approaching the house.
Yes, I mean this is a thing. People die.
Okay. And you get that reply back, Hugo, as this is going on.
I just tell Salome to come out. I don't want to go in the murder house.
I'm gonna ignore it. I'm gonna find Honey. If I
Okay, so you're going to go look for Honey. Nikoro, you've gone up to the front. Hugo, you're kind of finishing your texting. Camilla, you've got a very bad feeling about this, and it's not just having vomited.
Yeah, oh yeah, no. I know, but I gotta suck it up and go in there with Nikoru. I don't know how to pronounce your name.
And you will feel a hot breeze kind of come down the street, like a wave of heat kind of roil off, and kind of hit your face like the high heat of summer. And you will hear the baying of hounds. And as you kind of look up the street, you will see what looks like a pack of like hunting hounds and a set of riders on horseback in sort of splendid golden armor.
Goddamn wizards.
So let's start with Nikoru.
I see that, and I know the frost means the Salome is here. So we have to hurry. I'm just going to burst in, like kick down a door and start looking for Salome.
All right. Do you want Honey to let you in?
Honey, let me in.
She can feel the stuff outside, so you can tell that she does not want to open the door.
I am taking the problem with me.
Look, Honey, is it? We don't know each other, but I've had a vision. Your place will be perfectly fine. Just let us in.
Right, exactly.
That's a false prophecy.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Rich, do you want to use a debt effect here?
Want to? No, but I will.
Okay. Now, I can't remember. You can do some special stuff when you cash in a debt with someone in your web, right?
Let's see. To leave their web. They leave your web only when they no longer owe you a debt. That's it. I just can get secrets on them. Oh, wait. Right. When someone's in my debt, came the following. It's just I get bonuses and stuff like that.
Okay. So if you cash in the debt, she will let you in.
I'll do it.
Okay. So she's kind of opening the door. Let's find out. I know, Camilla, you're behind Nikoru.
Yeah. I'm looking Hugo, back to Hugo. I'm like, are you staying there?
What are you doing, Hugo?
Yeah, now it seems like I should go in. Before I was like, fuck the murder house, but now these metal rider things are coming, so I'll come in.
I had a vision. Trust me.
So, Hugo, you kind of dawdled.
Oh, yeah, I did.
So I would like you to keep your cool.
Yeah, that sounds good.
But you've got a +1 ongoing from Camilla.
Okay, and that's my spirit.
And then I'm going to cut back to Salome and Honey.
8, 11.
11. So tell me what that looks like. You've seen Nikoru kind of call out, and the door opens, and he and Camilla step in. Camilla's yelling back at you, and you see this Summer Court Wild Hunt bearing down.
Yeah.
What does it look like?
Maybe it looks like I disapparate onto the porch and then come in.
Like a panic disapparate, like, whoa!
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. And get in, and of course outside we see the door slam behind. And let's cut to Honey and Salome. What have you done, sweetie?
I have some unfortunate friends.
You're lucky I know one of your friends, because otherwise I have a very special way of dealing with guests.
I'm very sorry for the intrusion, Honey. I have one last favor to ask you, though. I need to.
Why would I do you a favor?
You're stuck here, aren't you?
I'm not stuck. I want to be here, she says defensively.
I promise you I can get you out of here, but I need to change the terms of our deal.
Well, I think you better talk with your friends before we talk deals.
All right, fair enough.
So all of you, especially you, Camilla, can see. You see very, very starkly all of these ghosts, these murder guests here. I assume for Hugo and Nikoru, it's they're a little more ethereal, a little more transparent. And you will see Salome come out from the back room.
Nikoru,
All the places to hide.
Well, usually people can't just find you at a murder house. And I'm like glaring at Nikoru. I presume you had something to do with this?
The finding you? Yes. Shiloh is coming here. There is more things. A wild hunt outside coming this way. We need to go.
Which one of you led them here?
I assume me. I drove.
Listen, Shiloh wants the book.
You claim to protect us with a spell or something.
I did, but
I was just a passenger. I won't be held responsible.
there's no way that they tracked us from where we came with the vehicle. There must have been some other way that they tracked you.
Also, what makes you think the ghost didn't spill the beans?
Yeah,
I beg your pardon, sweetie?
Look, I've been through it, dealt with y'all a lot. Sure, you can everyone else here that you killed could wallow in their misery, or they could have some fun. You think they're happy stuck here with you?
It's not a question of happy, sweetie.
Yeah, I know. I know all too well.
She goes, this place is safe. That hunt outside, whatever it is, they're not going to be able to get in here.
Yeah,
but y'all ain't going to be able to leave.
Yeah, about that. This place isn't as safe as you thought it might be.
She narrows her ghostly eyes. What's the rest of you doing as Camilla is starting to argue with the ghost matron?
I want to get that book from Hugo.
How?
Well, I'm going to ask first. I'm going to demand it.
You're going to demand it?
Yeah, give me the book, Hugo.
Well, I came here to warn you about Shiloh because your phone was off. I'm doing a favor, but I need you to read the book. My book. My book.
Are you seriously arguing about this right now?
We don't have time for this. Give me the book.
Why do you need the book other than to tell me what it says?
I'll tell you later. I'm gonna pull a debt.
Okay. So basically I do it or I have to refuse, right?
So yeah, when he cashes in a debt to make you do something, you can try to refuse and you roll with heart. Or
I accept and then that's just one debt to clear, or can I clear multiple debts with that?
Clear one debt.
Such a bad deal.
It is a terrible deal. You should refuse it.
Yeah, let's try that. I'll try to refuse it with my heart.
Okay.
Which is poor anyway. Well, 0 anyway. Okay, so these dice are all over the place. Okay, so I'm gonna be doing my red dice. I got a 10.
Got a 10. Look at that. So you weasel out of it, but you still owe the debt.
Yes.
And what? How is it that you're? I mean, what is it that you do to kind of say to keep this from going any further?
Let's see. I think maybe it's just the urgency of the situation, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, like maybe I just say if we need to like get out of here first and then we'll deal with the book stuff, and I just keep like obfuscating what you want.
Keep
Also,
putting it off. Okay, that makes sense.
Is it this game where I know I had it? I guess it doesn't say, but I thought if you had enough debt to somebody, you can't refuse it anymore. Is that
No?
okay?
You
That's
can always
just my
roll to
game.
refuse a debt, I believe.
Okay, that's just my game. Okay, that's good.
That's just your game.
Yeah.
Let me come back to Nikoru. So you've come in, you've gotten Honey to let you in. She lets your friends come in. She doesn't question that. And they're kind of, you see Camilla is arguing with Honey. You see that Hugo and Salome are going back and forth, and you'll see that wild hunt. They've kind of stopped. They've stopped in the street essentially. No one can see them, and they're just kind of, testing the bounds, as it were.
You mean no one can see them?
Normal
we
people
can.
aren't seeing them.
Yeah, mundane can't. Right.
Yeah, mundane people aren't seeing the phase invoked hunt. What do you want to do, Nikoru?
Run away, but I did come all this way for Salome. I'm kind of ignoring Camilla taking issue with a murder ghost because, that's her deal. I understand. She's not a hunter, so I don't know why she decides to take umbrage. She just happens to see that the life's shitty. Like, surprise, surprise.
Threatened to kill us.
She didn't threaten to kill you as much as just.
But none of you were leaving.
Not if you were leaving, because it all makes sense. It's just you'll figure it out. Hugo, there's got to be a way out of here that you can help us find. The wild hunt, if we step outside, the wild hunt will be on Salome. And you and your precious book won't happen. So, bibbity bobbity boo, and like portal us out of here or something.
Right. Okay. I would like to do that. Mechanically, is this escape a situation or magic?
Yeah.
Or
I think that's what that is.
escape a situation? Yeah. Okay.
You have a moment. The area is for the moment secure, but the wild hunter are going to press on this. It's momentarily secure. So tell me what your ritual looks like. Is this what you were talking about before? Going to a different?
Yeah, I totally wanted to be like all the ghost houses are connected in some way. So I think maybe we go to a specific door, and if it works properly, we're going to open the door and end up in the the haunted hotel kind of room.
Okay.
But I think a lot of things could go wrong with this because
Absolutely. So here's the good thing though.
Mm-hmm.
Camilla is still giving you +1 ongoing.
Oh, excellent. Okay, so
Yeah,
roll
to avoid
plus,
the impending disaster.
which is good because I have -1 to blood. So let's see what happens. Oh, that's a 4. So yeah.
5? No, 4, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I got a 4, so it'd be a 5. But
That's a 4. So you go to open that door. And when you open it, you will see the wild hunt on the other side, and they come pouring in.
they saw that coming, did they?
Told you it wasn't safe, honey.
and the house like kind of buckles from the spiritual pressure here as the walls kind of bend as these huntsmen enter into here. What are you doing, Salome?
First, I'm looking at Hugo and then saying, "You should have given me the book." But I would like to. It feels like I want to do some fairy magics, but
Okay.
I wonder what I want to do. I'm thinking Conduit is here, and Conduit is very exciting.
Yeah.
But I gotta get that 12 for a big Conduit. Good stuff. Oh, I think I'm just gonna use my fairy magic. I want to do glamours. I want to make some illusion to fool the senses. And I'll mark corruption to enact that.
Okay.
So I think before, like, when I was escaping, we talked about what it looks like with the corruption kind of coursing through. I think you see on screen Salome, she's clothed, so like you don't see the tattoos, but you see like the frost like crawling up her neck and then like covering, like, I don't know, getting a cool little like almost like armor is encasing her, but it's just like a light frost. And then I think what happens is, I think all the ghosts that are hanging around, I think they all look like the four of us. So there's just like innumerable copies of us.
So do you want this to be a role for a mislead, or do you want this to be a role for escaping? Do you want to just use this to get out?
I want to mislead.
Okay.
But I think this is a mislead distractor.
Then let's have you roll mislead, and then I'm going to move over to Hugo and Camilla and Nikoru and see what they're doing.
Sounds good. Reroll. Got a 7, barely.
Got a 7. So you get to pick 2 from the mislead list.
I'm going to. Oh man. I want to. No, wait. What am I thinking? I want to confuse them for some time, and I want to avoid further entanglement.
Okay.
Just for me. I'm watching my own back here.
Okay. So even if when they see through this, they're not going to spot you first. Hugo is the one who did this ritual, so let's check in with Camilla.
All right. So yeah, like I was just arguing with Honey, and she's like, "We're fine." I'm like, and then they all just rush in and like, yeah.
Oh, exactly what you saw. You knew they were going to bust in.
Yep. So like these are like armored riders.
Well, actually, they're now, since they're on foot, they're probably armored footmen. Essentially, they've dismounted and have come through that door.
I just I love it so much that I love to just like scream. Like there's just so much pain coursing through this place and through my mind that I just like want to scream and just like unleash it all on them, basically.
Okay. Let's have you unleash an attack.
Oh no, I was hoping to let it out.
Well, let it out will allow you to get +1 forward, extend your senses. If you just want to frighten them, is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Like, just
all right, well, then let's have you roll spirit.
Do I still have the +1 ongoing from this? Or?
Yep.
Okay. So it's +3. All right. 10 + 3 is a 13.
So 13, and on a 12 plus, I'm gonna let it out.
Yeah.
Your powers and abilities manifest unexpectedly useful way. What do you suppose that useful way is?
Mark corruption to make it permanent. I want like all of like the ghosts, the murdered, like they like rush forward and like just like overwhelm, like I want to like, I guess the unexpectedly useful, like maybe the unrestful dead passed on through this.
How about this?
Okay, what do you
Let
got?
me offer you that you can push those with this magnificent show. You can push those huntsmen back through that door.
Okay.
As the ghosts are kind of channeled through you, and they're going to kind of stick with you rather than the house.
Okay. So cool. then like hit, choose one, and 10 plus, ignore the corruption. But I'm going to choose 2, so I'm going to end up taking 2 corruption.
Okay.
By 1 and making it permanent.
All right.
So frighten, intimidate, impress, and sounds like take definite hold of something valuable or exposed makes the most sense.
Get sucked in there. The spirits, haunting spirits, are kind of now your head is full of these ghosts, and you drive them back, and that door slams in front of you, Hugo, and slams shut. And let's say that Honey looks furious, like she is really angry right now. Nikoru?
I've just been watching this. So we have the wild hunt has come in. The ghosts have been sucked into.
The wild have been pushed back. Your oracle actually pushed them back through the door that they entered in.
That's crazy. Didn't know she could do that.
Oh yeah, she's really powerful.
Really underestimated her. I'm going to look to Salome and say, we should go now. We should go right this minute.
I suppose we have to. I think I'm like looking at Camilla warily because that's scary stuff. I'm ready to leave. I can't imagine Honey will let me stay after all this.
Honey goes, you need to leave before those people come back. And I am going to have a word with DaCosta. She turns and she says, we are even, Nikoru?
We are.
Then get out of my house.
Okay.
and the door opens, and you can see that there's that sort of there's still this sort of heat shimmer of the summer court hunt, but they haven't like come back to this place yet. They're clearly thrown off by that ghost wave that Camilla threw at them. So running for the car?
Yeah, let's do it.
It's a good time to leave, I think.
Let's escape.
I don't even think you need to roll for an escape situation because I think you're set. But
Right.
Nikoru, it's your car.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
Oh, that's true. We should go wherever we go. We're going to get chased down. Hugo, where's your book?
It's in my satchel here.
Ah. I think you should probably show that to Salome, and I will start driving. I don't know of any places here, like I, the player, don't know of any places that would be relatively safe.
Well, do you want to hit the streets to look for a place that's safe?
You know, that is a cool mechanic that we should engage. Name who you're going to.
It doesn't have to be an established NPC. You can come up with something. Who is another person that you know of power who can assist? We know we've got dragons. We know we've got hunters.
Oh, what are the dragons? Because I don't know that we destroyed their eggs, so they would be useful.
Okay. Let's have you roll hit the streets then.
All right, and hit the streets. I roll with their faction. The dragon is wild, correct?
They are wild.
All right, let me do that. Anyone who wants to lend a hand, keep that in mind. Oh, don't bother. I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4.
Mm-hmm.
So you will call up the dragon that you know. And I'm going to go back to that name that I put up
Yan Zhongri?
Yeah. And you get her on the phone. Hey, she goes, what is it that you require, Nikoru? I have things that are troubling me right now.
Understood. We just need a safe place to go. Some friends and I are being pursued.
She says, I cannot assist you at this moment. I am hunting. I want you to keep your ears open. I'm looking for the people involved in that fire at the Hopkins Library, the one that destroyed my hatchlings. I plan to kill any and all involved with that.
I can tell you who set that fire, or at least where you can find. There was a group of Yakuza who were searching for a tainted, and they did not respect any of the bounds of Baltimore in their pursuit.
Well, I will kill them, and I will kill that tainted. Thank you. I'm sorry I can't be of more help. Click.
I'll call Jenny. I've got a debt on her.
Don't call Jenny.
I'm just announcing that. I'll call Jenny. I have a debt on her. She'll help us.
Okay. You call up Jenny.
Well, hold on. Like, I'm saying that out loud. Like, so
Okay,
if Solomon
sure.
wants to stop that, that's fine. Otherwise, I'm going to do it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, I said, excuse me, don't call Jenny. And, oh, yeah, actually, that's really good. Yeah, I'm going to cash in a debt. Like, I want to cut this off, like, right now. I don't even want to get in the way.
That seems fair.
Okay.
Are you good with that, Rich?
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, cash it in. Sounds good.
Yeah, like, what's the last name? Jenny Luck?
Jenny Luck.
Okay, yeah. Don't contact Jenny Luck. There's in the summer court. That's who came after us. That's who's looking for me. Even if she even has an idea that I'm with all of you, it's just going to be constantly dealing with the wild.
Granted, that is a better idea. Okay. Yes. Hold on. I won't.
So what about the others? And I put Ong Jong Ri's picture in the thing. What about the others of you? Hugo, Camilla? Yeah.
We could try out the sanctuary. I have that. Or the sanctum, sorry. It is my sanctuary, though.
Yeah. What features does it have?
Let me check. I'm just checking that now. It has magical booby traps, a portal to another world, a library of old tombs, and a scattering of ancient relics. Just a light.
Why wasn't this your first suggestion?
Well, I mean, it's all happening so fast. Also, I don't just take anybody to my sanctum sanctorum.
All right, of course. Well, looks like you're going to start.
Yeah. Also, just to be clear, so from what I took away from that scene in the place, all those ghosts went into your brain, Camilla, like at a player level. Is that what happened? Like you sucked in all those ghosts?
Double checking with Lowell, but I think they're like with me constantly now.
Yep.
Whoa. Okay.
I absorbed a lot of spirits.
Interesting. Okay.
And I'm hearing that you guys are going to head back to the sanctum there.
If everybody's okay with that, that's my idea.
So
I think
what's this whole thing about with you and the book and the hunt and and Shiloh? What did y'all drag me into?
So, well, I think I look at Salome, and if Nikaru is driving, then maybe glance at the meaningful PC glance at the at the rear window thing that you check in to see things behind you, and maybe I'm there. Do we want to disclose all that stuff, especially if we know that the Nikaru knows about the dragon and the fire and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely disclose about the Fae, because that's part of, like, I'm on the run, kind of, I'm, like, in hiding in the summer court, and I don't get along. So I would tell you all that.
Right. And, oh yeah, so, like, as a player, I guess Joe doesn't know, right?
So, I don't know nothing.
Yeah, so what happened last time was we went to the Hopkins library that burned down. It was like a booby trap that we walked into. And we were looking for a very specific book, and it was missing. Or no, it was there, but a page of it was missing. And inside was a note for Nikaru that was about their master. And then I also found this weird book that is probably a demon book and bad, but I like it a lot. I want to figure out what's going on with it. And now this book has become central to our lives. That's the gist of it. Did I miss anything?
I think that hits.
And you're being hunted because of this book?
Well, we don't know.
Okay.
So
you just pissed someone off and you're being hunted now.
Well, I think
I'm talking to Salome.
Oh, Salome, yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff. Everything from the beginning of the session is new. So yeah, we don't know why Shiloh wants the book or even what the book is. And then the summer court just wants me because of Fae bullshit. I don't know why. They're always going to want me.
Okay. All right, then. This is one hell of a day.
So you guys can drive to the sanctum, and when you get there, kind of roll out carefully. You will, as you approach, you will see Jenny Luck seated out in front of it. She's kind of seated.
I didn't call her. Didn't call her.
The stoop. Just her. She's just waiting.
Okay.
I'll walk up. I'll
Usually park. You kind of start to approach Salome. She'll stand up and she kind of smiles at you. Hey,
Jennifer.
Just Jenny. We're friends.
Are we?
Yeah.
Kind of sort of like a friend you grew up with but don't really talk to anymore. Distant cousin in the family, right?
I like that. That's very vivid. Let's go with that.
Well, what can I do for you, cousin?
This has gotten really complicated. Mr. Smith. Oh, and she looks kind of surprised that you're there, Nukoru. I didn't know that Mr. Matsui was here. And she'll turn and she'll go, and you are?
Camilla, and you?
My name is Jenny Luck. I'm very happy to meet you and all of your friends.
Friends is a word.
Yeah.
Acquaintances. We run in circles together. Friendship, I don't know right now.
So here's the thing, Mr. Smith. We have some contacts with one of your fellow mages, Mr. Shiloh.
Mm-hmm.
And he is looking for a particular item that he believes is in your possession. and he called in some favors with us to assist him in that matter. Now, he asked us to go to the extremes and send the Wild Hunt after you, which we have done, but you seem to have walked away from that free and clear.
Yes. Well, also, do I get a debt from her then? Because in a roundabout way, I did deliver Salome.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Do you know why Shiloh wants this book so much?
I don't know, and I kind of don't care.
Well, I need to know what I would be handing over to a mage or a wizard, so like Shiloh.
Well, let me say this: I think that's wizard's business, and that's never good for others. Don't you think, Salome? It's always bad when you get involved with wizards.
I'm starting to feel that way, Jennifer.
I will give you an answer within 24 hours.
So you're asking me to back off for 24 hours?
Well, we are on my territory, so yes. I say threateningly, almost, kind of a little bit.
She will look at you, Nikoru. We're old friends.
We are, Jenny. But I think you should listen to the very powerful wizard who's asked you to respect a pretty easy request.
If it's you that's asking.
I mean, he did just send your hunt scampering. So, do you really want to press that?
Well, I'm trying to figure out whether I'm going to answer a reasonable request or I'm going to take this as a threat and go back to the summer court and tell my queen that someone threatened me and the court.
I am asking you, Jenny, to respect my friend Hugo's request. I would consider it a favor and relinquish you of the debt that you owe me. And then I look at Hugo and I'm so not happy about this.
She says, then I was never here.
I'm guessing I have just given a debt to Nikoru.
She says, I hope, Salome, I know that we don't necessarily see eye to eye, but I hope maybe you'll think about making the best of a bad situation. Maybe coming in from the cold.
Okay.
It was lovely to meet you, Camilla.
I really wish it was better circumstances, but
so do I. I hope
this is the life I'm stuck in.
You've got much more out of you.
During this conversation, can I try to figure her out?
Yeah, let's have you roll with mind.
Okay, cool. Mind, +1. Yes, 11.
11, so you get 2 hold.
Yes, so I want to know. Well, I think I know who's pulling the strings. Let's see. What's your character hoping to get from Shiloh?
Out from under a debt.
Like, oh, it's just that simple?
Yeah, like they clearly owe Shiloh and they would like to get that noose out from off their neck. Okay. And is there anything else that she's worried about that might happen in this situation? What does your character worry might happen? she's worried that Salome might be the leading edge of some kind of winter court maneuvering here in the city. That while she's been kind of cool and calm and it's just one winter court person, she's a little nervous that there's something more to that.
Okay. And
Does that seem fair?
Yeah, is she part of my faction? Because then I get to ask an additional question.
She's wild. Are you wild?
No, I'm power. Okay.
Okay. And she will step away and she kind of walks off. Gestures a wave of greeting as she heads away. And you can go into your sanctum.
Yeah, let's figure out why everybody wants this book.
Let's go to the end of session move. So some people advanced, right?
Yes.
Rich, okay, all right.
I corrupted.
that you did. So, Joe, I'm going to let you mark mortality because I gave everybody a couple of extra ticks last time, so I'll let you finish that out if you want to take an advance on that.
Sure thing. I'm not going to say no to that.
Okay. Session end. If you learn something meaningful about a faction, you can increase your score in that faction by 1 and decrease your score in a different faction by 1. Let's start with Hugo.
I think I learned something about the wild.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll increase that by 1 and decrease. We didn't really interact with night that much, did we?
Well, that's the ghosts.
Ghost.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Well, yeah, maybe I'll decrease that by 1. That makes sense because they're probably right at me.
That's perfect. And what about the exchange of favors? I think you were kind of writing them down as you went along.
Yeah, so I think Rich can mark down that Nikaru definitely did me a solid stepping up because she did not give a F about what I was saying. That's for sure.
She was nervous, but she had an opportunity there.
Yeah. That was Faye.
What about you, Salome?
Yeah, I think I was going to increase night because I really interacted with them.
Yeah.
And then decrease mortality because that wasn't on the screen.
That makes sense.
And then for debts, I don't think that I did any favors. And I'm thinking maybe I owe DaCosta. If you want that.
I would definitely make that the case. So I'll make a note of that in a moment on the NPC thing. And what about you, Nikoru?
I think we marked all the debts as we went. I'm not aware of any that felt like they weren't marked. And for factions, I'm going to decrease mortality by 1 and increase wild by 1.
That makes sense to me. And what about you, Camilla?
So, yeah, I definitely think I'm increasing wild, having dealt with them more. And I'm pretty sure I pissed off Knight, so I'm going to decrease that.
Okay, that sounds good. Do you think that you did someone a favor at a cost? And owe them? Or did somebody do you a favor or did you do someone a favor and they owe you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I definitely pissed off the Wild Hunt, and then I pissed off Knight, so...
Yeah, I think you were driving at me owing you for coming along on this venture, though.
Yeah, but I already got that earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I already marked that.
Okay, and that's where we're going to wrap. I wanted to, now, Darren, is it next session that you're not here or the one after?
I think the one after. I think session 4.
I just want to make sure. Okay. So what I want to do next time is, again, I'm going to check in. We'll do 1 or 2 of the star session moves for Rich and Camilla to kind of do that. But we've got some other things that are on the table. We'll try to roll into that. I've put some NPC pictures in there. we will roll that. Does that seem cool with everybody? Okay. Well, then I'm going to stop the broadcast.